Hey, welcome on in, everybody. Sorry for the delay, but we are up and rolling. All right, let's make sure this is right. That's where we want it, right there. Okay, now that we're all good to go, how's everybody doing today? Green flag is in the air already. We had some contact between Kyle Busch. Ooh, he slid up into Chastain just a little bit. Just a little bit of contact. Chastain has already moved up a spot since the restart. Busch has lost 3 spots since the restart. Logano's up 4. He went to the very outside early on and was able to gain a couple spots on the third lane to the outside. And after that, they sort of settle in. The dirty air is such a factor on this car that they sort of settle into spots. So Bowman leading, Byron second, Chastain third. Good to know that the audio is good. Awesome. Am I really sorry? Only slightly. There goes Larson on the inside. He's looking at Buescher for 8th. So competition caution is at lap 30. So lap 30 is when we'll have our competition caution. That is for some rain that was on the track. Also, I don't believe any of these guys got any practice. I believe practice was a hard thing to come by. As we were watching, I'm actually multitasking right now. So sorry for the... Yeah, that IndyCar race was insane. But sorry for the little bit of a half focus. I've got the Iowa LSU National Championship game on one screen and the race on the other. So I'm kind of going back and forth. Meanwhile, William Byron on the outside, closing in on Alex Bowman for the lead. Todd Gilliland started up front, but he's managed to stay there, 13th. I mean, 10 laps in is not that long. It's a 400-lap race. 400 laps. That's a very long race at Richmond here. Buescher fallen to 10th now, and now under fire from Kevin Harvick, the most recent Richmond winner. "12 laps in as we're watching. I'm actually keeping an eye on Daniel Suarez. He seems to be making his way from the back. Kind of impressed so far. So William Byron has taken the lead. He is out front now, and then it's Bowman, Chastain, Reddick, and Kyle Busch rounding out the top 5. As I say that, Suarez drops a couple spots. Go figure. And we're on a commercial, by the way. 13 laps. We did make it 13 laps, so, I mean, that's got to count for something. We got 0.25% in. All right, well, as we're under commercial, going to try and see. Todd Gilliland has dropped another spot. Logano up to 13th now. Get my phone to mute. There we go. Well, kind of. For those who didn't watch, we had an incredible IndyCar race this afternoon. Joseph Newgarden ended up finding the win on that. It was actually pretty incredible. They were just all over the place. Like 3 wide, 2 wide. They had a lot of really good racing down the stretch. Is my phone on? Yeah, it should be. Well, looks like the national title game's not going to be all that fun. 5 straight fouls on Iowa to start the game, so that game's not going to be very fun. It's a bunch of ref ball again, unfortunately. That's too bad. All right, we're finally back under the green flag, or back from commercial, I should say. So we missed 7 laps. Byron's starting to stretch it out a little bit over the rest of the field, as Chastain has gotten to second. Dean, yeah, Thompson had quite the hit yesterday. He had our ARCA brake moment. Not him, but people had ARCA brake moments and just absolutely clobbered him in the middle of the track. I don't know. Claiming that there's no brakes on the car is a little, I don't know, suspicious considering, you were still running the race, so. Oh, wow, Ricky Stenhouse is up to 6th. He's really flying. He went up to the very, very top groove and has been getting a great run off the corner. Wow, I love that high lane. That's pretty cool. Hamlin back in 10th at the moment. So good long run car is generally what. Oh man, I'm yawning. Good long run car is generally what Denny Hamlin's very good at Richmond with. He's very good at conserving his tires. So give it a little bit. We'll see after maybe 40 laps. Unfortunately, there will be a competition caution here in about 30 laps, so there's really not going to be much, not going to be a lot to show until we get to the next cycle or the next stage, because this first stage is going to be short enough that it's not really going to show all that much. Five laps to go to the competition caution. So 4 laps to go to the end of the stage. Still relatively calm out front. The pace has slowed down roughly half a second or so, just over half a second. So we do have about a half a second of fall off over the course of 30 laps. Now the Xfinity cars had closer to a second and a half, so a lot more fall off in Xfinity, but still a decent amount of fall off for the Cup cars. Three more laps to go. I'm trying to see if anyone else is moving forward. Kyle Larson has gotten up to the 6th spot, Stenhouse, once he got to 5th, has sort of stalled there. And it looks like going up to the high lane works for a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere else. It seems like the top lane worked for a couple laps for Stenhouse, then it sort of started to fade. So he's still running way up top, which is fine because he's going to be able to go in and get tires. But I don't know if the long run speed in that very high lane is going to be there. So one more lap, and we'll have our competition caution. All right, competition caution should be coming this lap. Kyle Busch will hold on to that spot over Kevin Harvick, judging by the yellow that should be coming here in the next corner, I would think. Is Gilliland actually good? No, he started up further forward and has actually dropped since the start. It looks like everyone's going to be coming for 4 tires and fuel. Previous chat, I did not break my leg or tear my ACL. It was a society test to see how nice y'all would be. Dude, did you really fake an injury? That's pretty bad, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, no, that's still bad, even if it is, even if it is a test. It's kind of like calling someone and saying like, "Hey, your significant other's dead. I just want to see how you react." It's like that's a pretty bad thing to do. Don't do that. So yeah, AJ, I'll give you 1 pass. If that's legit, then that's your 1 pass. After that, yeah, no more. Okay, apparently we're not pitting for 3 laps. I'm not sure what they're waiting on. It's not like we've had, a whole cleanup and caution period, but whatever. Yeah, Byron sure showed up today. I shouldn't say today. He showed up this season. They have had speed at every single track they've been to thus far, and it's been pretty impressive. Pit stop's underway. Tyler Reddick in and out, but who is that in front of him? Oh, that actually might be somebody else coming in. Did Cinder go with 2 tires, or is he starting up front? I'm trying to understand this pit road. They got a really bad angle on pit road here. I can't see really anything. Looks like that's Chastain on the very front of the pit road exiting. Oh, wow. I think it's going to be Chastain, Byron, Bowman out of the pits in the front 3 spots. Reddick, Busch, Larson, Truex. Who got the big loser on that one? Oh, Stenhouse. I don't see Stenhouse on here anywhere. So Stenhouse, rough pit stop there. All right, so we're under commercial at the moment, trying to see the exact running order off pit road. Looks like it's Chastain, Byron, Bowman, Reddick, Busch, Larson, Truex, Logano, Hamlin, and Harvick in the top 10. Oh, man, what happened to Stenhouse? He had driven all the way into the top 5, and then he comes out... Oh, my word. Okay, I missed him. He's up here somewhere. Where is Stenhouse? 23rd. You can't come in and lose 18 spots. You just can't. All right, coming back from commercial. Let's see if we're ready to go on the restart. What happened to Hamlin? It looks like we got a pit penalty on Denny Hamlin. Yep, Hamlin busted for speeding, and it's, I hate to say it this way, it's classic Denny Hamlin. He speeds all the time. What the heck? Come on, Denny. So Denny's going to the back of the field, and he'll have to start out back. Couldn't get a pin? No big deal, AJ. Don't worry about it. They're not going to offer the race win anyway. Oh, no! Stenhouse with a problem and headed to the garage. Oh, man. What a solid start to the day he had going. And, man, that's going to be a tough way to see that one stop. Man, what a day he had. Running 5th, has a bad stop. Probably something they were trying to look at some of these issues, and unfortunately, it looks like his day is done. All right, so as we come back to the restart zone, it'll be Chastain on the inside, Byron on the outside, Reddick on the outside, and Bowman on the inside. Oh, that's confusing. They had it backwards. All right, coming to the green. Wow, Chastain is gone. I mean, he is like 3 car lengths clear of everybody. Holy smokes. Joey Logano going way upstairs trying to get a spot. Joey Logano goes 3 wide, way upstairs. Meanwhile, Reddick, great run off the corner. Larson clears Logano, and that'll slide him in to the 8th spot. Trying to see, was there an incident back here? Trying to look. Nope. Okay, Fox is just having an aneurysm. That's unfortunate. Bowman on the inside of Larson. That's a current battle for the 4th spot as they run. Oh, Bowman a little loose, and it's going to let Larson take the spot. That 99 Quaker State car. Yeah, I like the look of it too there, Clint. Clint agreeing with me there. Joey Logano up into the 5th spot. He'll get that spot. Ooh, little contact. Briscoe under Cindric now. He'll hold tight. He's going to have to try and take him through the corner yet. Meanwhile, Harvick now looking on the inside of Alex Bowman. That is a battle for the 6th spot. Chastain is pulled out to about a half a second lead, so not sure It's early enough in the run, we're really not sure who's got the, man, I don't know why I'm yawning all the time. Probably because I stayed up till midnight watching the Formula One race. "27 laps to go. "27 laps to go. Oh, Denny just dumped him! Denny just punted the 15 into the corner and wrecked him. What was that, Denny Hamlin? I don't know if J.J. Yaley knew that Denny was there, but Denny just junked him for it. 25 laps to go. The question is, do they have enough tires to use another set now? Man, we were watching on the onboard. I think Chandler's not as high up on the thing as he may have thought, but boy, Denny just sent it in there, and that was payback. I'm not really sure if... Like I said, I don't know if Chandler Smith was as high on the track as he needed to be, because if they're told 3 wide, he didn't give quite enough room for him, but Chandler Smith had a big gap between him and the wall. And then Denny, I guess, thought it was on the 15 and decided to end his day a little early. Not sure what I think about that. All right, so we're under commercial at the moment after the 15 there. Thoughts on the truck race? Oh, not good. Not good. The racing wasn't terrible. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't terrible, but that ending, I'm a big fan of Hocevar, and I have been, I should say. I don't know. There's something about the leader just getting flat out wrecked on the last lap. I understand that Hocevar didn't intentionally right hook him, but at the end of the day, when someone gets squirreled up and there's no room to go, every other racing series, you just have to let off. You have to, because otherwise you're going to crash someone. In NASCAR, it's considered acceptable to just ram them and wreck them. So, again, it's a culture issue more than just Hocevar, but I don't know. I hate seeing a race come down to that, There's nothing good about seeing, the leader and the other 2 in the top 4 getting wrecked on the final lap. That's not a great way to end it, so... Hocevar should have won last year at Kansas. He got caught with 2 laps to go, but I remember specifically early on in the stint where a lap car ran him almost into the wall. And if that doesn't happen, then you have that massive checkup that cost him probably 8 to 9 seconds on the racetrack. I think he would have won the race. So, glad he finally got a win. Just, man, I hate to see guys just getting wrecked. But Formula One made a little bit of that in their race, too. They had kind of a little bit of a garbage fest coming down to the end there, too. So, alrighty, still under commercial. Let's see who our new pitters are. It's lap 48. Who is our first car on brand new tires? Martin Truex Jr. on some brand new tires. And here's the thing. I believe the stage is only 70 laps. Yeah, 70 laps. So the gamble here should be for a lot of these guys coming in pit now and then stay out at the stage and jump track position. You'll have 20 lap older tires, and 20 laps is, worth about half a second, but that track position is also really, really important. So definitely a worthwhile gamble to try, but I don't know if anyone's going to. So we'll find out. We'll see. The guys on that strategy right now are Truex, Suarez, Preece, Almirola, LaJoie, Jones, Allmendinger, Ty Dillon, Justin Haley, and Todd Gilliland. They're trying that strategy, so we'll see. All right, coming to the choose rule. Oh, they're on the damaged vehicle policy, too. Coming back to the green, Chastain low, Byron high. Byron with a great restart, and Kyle Larson to the bottom looking at the inside of Chastain. Chastain gets into Byron and sends him to the top lane. Ooh, that was close. Byron and Larson are going to go side by side here for the lead. Byron and Larson again. They battled a couple other times already this year, and they're going to continue battling here at Richmond. I don't think Hendricks won at Richmond since Alex Bowman in 2020. I could be wrong, but I don't believe anyone has. I don't think Larson has since he got to Hendrick, and neither has Byron. So, interesting. And it looks like Byron will clear. Not by much. Holy smokes, that was close. Larson now going to look to the high side and try to get up there. Wow, a big gaggle of cars in the back. Ooh, a little bit of contact between Barry and Gregson. Gregson also has a car on his outside. That's Almirola. 3 wide at Richmond is not a normal thing to do. Probably not a recommended thing to do either. But they're making it work. "17 laps to go." As they run, Keselowski looking for 7th on Joey Logano. Good job for Brad after having a little bit of a tough couple of weeks. Had a great race going at a couple different tracks. I think late race cautions really hosed him a couple times. $16 to go in the stage. First guy on tires is Daniel Suarez. He's up to 23rd at the moment. All right, Logano clears Keselowski. Now it's Bell and Blaney. They're battling for 9th. Chase Briscoe. I mean, he's running in the 13th spot or the 11th spot, which is really a lot better than what they normally run in Stewart-Haas cars. There's Truex. He's running up there. Oh, Truex is ahead of him. Where's Truex? Oh, Truex is up to 16th. There we go. Truex, first car on new tires, and 16th. 13 laps to go. Will he have another opportunity to go and get the positions he's going to need to try and get stage points? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. $12 to go here in the stage. Keselowski going to get some stage points. Shout out to Brad. Top 3 as they run. Byron, Larson, Chastain, all within 1.5 seconds. But Kevin Harvick appears to be the strongest car as the run continues on. He's up to 4th. Pretty good speed. Let me roll this. Ticker back to the top. But Kevin Harvick's got some pretty solid speed for running in the 4th spot. Nine laps to go in the stage. Byron out front by a second now. All right, trying to see where is Mr. Truex. Oh, still in 16th, so not any extra room. Ryan Preece is up to 14th. I guess Preece has some fresh tires. So Ryan Preece currently running up in the 14th spot. Oh, that's right, a lot of shifting at Richmond. I don't like shifting. We don't need shifting at Richmond. Come on. Shifting at Richmond is just not necessary. Oh, that was weird. Bell to the inside of Keselowski. Just a tiny bit of contact. 6 to go as they still battle. Meanwhile, Keselowski looking on Bowman for the 7th spot. Shouting out to Tyler Reddick. He's running in 5th, but Logano's coming. Logano has a pretty good car today. Three to go in the stage. Trying to see. Barry is back in 33rd. Oh, goodness. Not a great set of stages there. Unless he's just sitting back there to take care of tires, but which could be done. You could sit back there, take care of your tires, and see if you can do something with them when the end of the stage comes. Preece is up to 13th, but he's got fresh tires, and unfortunately, I don't think he's going to get into the stage points. But it's still a loss, so or not a loss. It's still a gain of positions by the time the stage ends, so it's not a total loss. Final lap of the stage, number 1. Byron out front. He's going to go win more stages because that's just what he does. He's won a bunch of stages so far this year. Why not another? Five stage wins already. 7 races in. Way to go. Doing really well. Well, I have to eat that one. I said Byron, I had him pegged as a guy that had a lot of potential but hadn't been fulfilling it. Boy, he's been fulfilling it with 2 wins, 5 stage wins. Like, gonna have to eat my words on that one. Won both the stages at, I want to say it was Vegas, and then both the stages at Phoenix as well, I believe. So, a lot of stage winning for William Byron there. That puts him up to 15 playoff points already, too. 15. That's a big deal. Still under commercial. Yay. Oh, this is what I'm talking about, where the race is sort of ground to a halt. We've had so many cautions with so many short runs, the race doesn't get a natural flow going. And that's something that IndyCar, Formula One, any other race I've watched, there's a flow to the race. And this is the only thing that they don't have, is NASCAR never gets a flow going because they're constantly interrupting their races. You can't just settle in and let things develop and start to run out. Alrighty. Still under commercial, so. Chase Briscoe with a stage point. Brad Keselowski with a couple stage points, so those are all beneficial towards playoffs. Brad Keselowski's still running 8th in points here. All right, we back from commercial yet? Nope. Almost. Almost. We're getting there. A little closer. Are we ready to pit? Let's go. Come on. Keep the race moving. I don't want to sit here all day. As much as I like racing, I do also like it when it moves. Why are we not pitting? I'm still waiting. Bowman is the only Hendrick driver I like. Well, Chase Elliott fans take that personally. I know, just one race with no stage cautions, and boy, do we miss it. Having the natural flow to a race is just, it's so refreshing, man. All right, on pit road. Ooh, Larson does beat out Chastain at the moment, so he's the first guy off pit road, but Byron's going to beat them both off. So it's going to be Byron, Larson, Chastain, Harvick, Logano, Bowman. Keselowski's the white car. Okay, so Keselowski. Oh, Reddick with a tough stop, going to lose 3 more spots. Stage 1 restart to stage 2 coming up here. All right, as we sit under commercial, still waiting for the start of stage 2, but Byron did pick that up. Everyone did pit, so nobody did try the strategy of staying out at the stage. Let's see, where Denny Hamlin ended up? 16th. So Denny has recovered. He's up to 16th after his penalty. So he has made some of that ground up. All right, should be coming to the green this time by Byron picked the inside. So it'll be Byron and Larson on the inside. Byron on the inside, Chastain and Larson. Where's Chastain? He's in third. Okay, Chastain's in third on the inside. So it'll be Byron and Chastain on the inside, Larson and Harvick on the outside. Yeah, it's a little weird. I think they did this segment already because it would be a little weird that they would be talking to him as they're coming to the green flag. Whoa, contact, Briscoe and Bowman. Or is that Briscoe or is that... Yeah, it is, Briscoe and Bowman. So Briscoe got to the inside there. He's going to look for that 6th position. All right, now we have... How many laps in this stage? 160 laps in this stage. Fantastic. We're definitely going to get a fuel run out of this. Ooh, Chastain getting into the back of Larson. Boy, he is not wasting any time starting to use that bumper. We got a 3-wide battle right now between... That's Gibbs. Is that Reddick on the outside? Gibbs, Truex, and Reddick. So 3 Toyotas going on the inside there. Oh, man. I got a bad feeling that Chastain's going to end up taking someone out because he missed the bottom, and luckily Larson gave him plenty of room because otherwise he would have gotten into him pretty good. Gibbs having a solid run. He's currently 13th on the track. Highest of all rookies. Ooh, Ryan Preece right on the inside. Is he? Oh, he's almost got Hamlin. That's a battle for 14th between him and Hamlin. right, Logano on the outside of Harvick. That's a battle for the 4th spot. Larson back to the inside of Chastain as we're rolling. Here comes Joey Logano. Now we're 20 laps in, so we haven't quite reached the same point where we can see the real good long-run cars. You're going to find out after about 50 laps who's got the really good long-run cars. .92 laps in. I'm trying to see what's that battle for. 18th. So Corey LaJoie running top 20 still. Fantastic job. Trying to see some lap times here. Byron out front, clearly better in the field at the moment. Reddick seems to have a pretty solid long-run car. Trying to see if anyone else is showing some solid speed. Denny Hamlin, I'm not surprised. His car looks pretty good on the long run as well. Like I said, 160 laps, and they will have to pit in this stage. So somewhere in this stage, they will have to pit. It's just a matter of when that comes up. I assume they'll split it about 80 and 80, but the good news is we're only 23 laps in. So that means we should have a very nice long run to see who's got that long run speed on tires. The other thing you can do with a 160 lap stage is split it into thirds. Oh, we got a caution. What's our caution for? Is it Bowman? Oh, it's Barry. Josh Berry off the front end of Blaney. What is Blaney doing way back with Barry? 25 laps in. Do you want to take another set of tires? What happened here? Oh my gosh, he just ran right into him. Huh. I wonder if there's a feud going, because that seemed a little uncharacteristic for Ryan Blaney to just run in there and give someone the boot like that. Stay out. I definitely think that's the term. I would stay out here. I should say that. I would do the opposite of the leaders. So I'm going to say if I'm Kyle Busch on back, I'm doing the opposite. Leaders stay out, I'm coming for tires. Leaders pit, I'm staying out. I want track position, but the track position only works if enough people do it. So you have to be far enough back to know that how many people are doing it. So everyone's coming in, and then you're sitting far enough up there. You know, if you're, say, Suarez, Priest, Cindric, those guys, 16th, 17th, 18th, heck, stay on out. Go get some free track position. Blaney with the nice Denny Hamlin impression there. Ugh.
All right, so they have 22 laps on their tires. That's not a lot of laps, honestly. Question is, who's going to pit? Finally, some strategy. This one coming under a caution sequence. But see, when the race is longer, in this case, the stage is longer, but the longer you draw it out, the more boxes that are open for potential strategies. Let's see what they do. Can't see. Byron in, Chastain. Oh my gosh, everyone's coming. Somebody stay out. It's free. Oh man. Follow the leader. Somebody. It's only 22 laps. Come on, somebody. Not a single soul stayed out. Oh, there's one. Two. They might have been lap cars. Three. So either 3 lap cars are getting a wave around or 3 guys stayed out. I can't believe that. See, here's the thing. You still have to pit once in this stage, okay? You still have to pit. And you'll probably pit earlier than the other people because you're on the older tires. So if I'm looking at it, if you're a guy back here, Barry, Allmendinger, well, Barry spun, but Allmendinger, Smith, Burton, you know, all that group of guys, I mean, you're 30th. 30th. You have to fall all the way to 30th before it becomes a problem. Yeah, not really much I think Barry could have done there. Not a single one trying it. Like I said, if you're back here deep in the field like that, like, man, kind of seems like a no-brainer to me. I mean, you can gain so many spots when you get to stay out. Still under commercial. Let's go. There wasn't just a single car spin. Make it a quickie yellow. Let's get things rolling. I mean, good grief. There's only a couple guys laps down. I think they're out of the race for the most part. It's not like we got to have a whole second pit sequence. Logano has to come back in. Oh, why is that? Yep. Oh, come on. Oh, it doesn't look like anyone tried the strategy either. That's a bummer. Oh, that would have been nice. So nobody else tried the strategy, which is a little disappointing. This is when I miss Chad Knaus. This is where Chad Knaus would take a car running 20th, put it up front, it would somehow magically stay there, and then suddenly he's a contender for the win. All right, AJ's got one here. I'm trying to read it, but I got to move my second screen. There we go. Race Craze, do you think the 2023 Elliott Standard Scheme will have a Coca-Cola decals on them since they announced a partnership before Daytona? I don't know. Oh, Harvick had a mistake on his pit stop too. Back to the green flag. We missed the choose and everything, so we're kind of out of the loop as far as what's all going on. Larson on the outside of Chastain. Byron out front. And looks like that's Christopher Bell up into the 4th spot. He's really come from deep in the field today to get to where he is. Loose wheel on both of them. Man. They got a long way to go, so they do have some decent amount of time to still get back in this. Oh, Ty Gibbs getting eaten up by all the cars, front and back. Bell up to 5th. Bowman has now retaken that spot. Trying to see. There's Blaney. Blaney's running 19th at the moment. Harvick running 16th, so he didn't have to come back in. He just had a really slow stop. So actually, beneficial, as annoying as that slow stop is, not having to come back in does save him some decent room. Looks like we got a battle for the 6th position. Suarez to the inside. Telling you, that 99 looks pretty sharp today. Still side-by-side battle. That is for the 6th spot. Keselowski looks like he's going to try and keep it. All right, Kevin Harvick up to 14th after having to start 16th on that after that bad pit stop sequence. He's actually looking under Bubba Wallace for that 14th spot, so it's not officially, I would say, taken yet. Side-by-side battle. He led to the most recent scoring loop, so they're going to say that. I think they had 11 sets of tires because of the 2 they didn't use in practice. Joey Logano still in 30th, man. That's going to be strugglesome for him to try and keep on the lead lap. All right, so we are 40 laps into a 160 lap stage, still 120 to go. And the interesting part really does come into, now they've been about 10 laps since they've pitted. 130 total laps, that'd be 65-ish laps if they decide to split it in 2. So chances are that is what they'll do. They'll split it in half and go, 65 and 65. Now, when it was a 160 lap stage on its own, it actually did make sense to potentially go 60, 60, and 60. Or maybe it was 50, 50, and 55, 55, 55, something like that. Closer to that, I should say. So yeah, there is some potential with that because of all the tire fall-off. Now, that tire fall-off is not near as severe as I thought it was going to be. Right now, the pace is down roughly a second-ish after 10 laps. So they're definitely good for 10 laps, but after that, it is a fairly slow degrading scale. This is what makes NASCAR better. Gotta have tires with enough fall off. That's one of their biggest issues right now is they've got some tracks where the tires just don't fall off at all. Lap 113 of 400 on the books. Well, looks like Suarez has fallen off the back of Brad Keselowski for that spot. Do I think Elliott will pull a 2015 Busch? I mean, I do think he's going to get a win before the playoffs. I don't know where that's going to be at. I think he's too good at too many places. You know, he's going to come back, and then there's Dover. He's won there. He's won at Kansas. He's won on road courses. Obviously, there's a bunch of those. He can win at Talladega. He can win at Atlanta. You know, he's won at so many various racetracks. It's hard to imagine him not finding a way to the front of one of them, especially with Hendrick being as fast as they are right now. They're currently 1, 2, 4. And then Josh Berry way back. So it's hard to imagine that they're going to stay like that, and he's not going to have a shot to win one of them. Another full screen ad, unfortunately. Golly. God, it's already almost 4 p.m. Central Time. I wish these races start a little earlier in the day. I said I was going to stream every Cup race all year, except for the ones I'm at. I know there's a few I'm going to have to miss for weddings and stuff like that, but man, if they keep starting this late, it's going to be hard to want to stream them. I mean, good grief. What are we looking at here? This race not going to go over to around 6 o'clock. Ooh. And I love my racing, but man, after watching Formula One, IndyCar, World of Outlaws, Truck Series, and Xfinity Series, I watched a lot of racing this weekend. I'm getting tapped out. Do I think he'll make the championship 4? I don't know. It really does come down to how many points he gets in the regular season and whether he has to win his way in or not. I think he's definitely capable, but that Final 4, with the new car, it's really anyone's game. This is not the type of thing that you're just going to be able to say you're for sure in or out, because this car is just way more inconsistent. I hate full screen ads, man. We're missing the race. Bell has gotten around Bowman. That's for the 4th spot. Truex around Suarez for 7th. Harvick up to 13th, and Briscoe is actually currently the highest running SHR car. Let's see how Logano's progress has been so far. Logano up to 23rd, so he's making up some pretty good progress here. He is good at the elimination races, but that being said, he was good at the Roval. It didn't matter. You know, caution for a sign on the racetrack ended his race. So you just never know. Dutch Boy paint on Harrison Burton car. Running 22nd. Well, 22nd actually is a little bit above average for Harrison Burton. So I made it sound like it was a bad thing, but it's really not. Larson on the outside. He's looking for Byron. Oh, Larson's gonna get this. He's got the momentum. He's on the high side. Byron's gonna get pinched off. I got a feeling. Yep, here he goes. So Kyle Larson to the lead. He's always been fairly good at these high wear racetracks. Has one win at Richmond, one back in 2017 here in the 42 car. Now that one was a result of a restart where Truex kind of got hosed, but you know, it's what it is. As the run has gone on, yes, I did see a mark about Hamlin. Hamlin has moved up. He's up to the 9th spot, so good recovery after that speeding penalty. Trying to see Joey Logano is not yet cracked to the top 20, but it doesn't look like he'll be at too big a risk of going a lap down at the current moment.
trying to see where is LaJoy running? 25th. Okay, 25th, 26th. 27th. So Gregson 27th. Not a terrible spot, but
I guess we'll see. They're talking about the Justin Haley appeal that'll be coming this week.
So we'll have to see if he's able to get anything out of that. I assume he should win it because Hendrick won. I mean, if any of those teams deserve to win their appeal, it would be Colleague.
Not really sure on that appeal, though. That seems a little fishy to me.
And a lot of people agree, by the way. Ooh, where is Kyle Busch? I didn't see how far he's fallen. He's to 12th now, so definitely not as high a running car as we thought. No, he did get to start up front due to a qualifying metric, so it was not based on the speed of the car at all. Ty Gibbs in the 10th spot. They're touching on him right now. Top 10 run as a rookie. That's pretty solid. I mean, that's a pretty good spot to be running. Got pretty good speed at the moment, so good
run for Ty Gibbs.
Burton in 21st. I mean, that's pretty good for Burton standards, that's for sure. All right, so as the run has gone on, I see a car in 9th place with some pretty good lap times. Denny Hamlin. Told you, that's a car that hangs on over the course of a really long run. Now, I assume we're going to be seeing some pit stops, but it's not going to be for another 40-ish laps. They've dropped off about a second and a half so far, but the problem is they can't really split this stage into 3 parts after that caution. So it's going to probably be having to be split in half. And I really think by the end of this tire stint, you're going to see Denny Hamlin a lot closer to the front. And the good news is he's only about 7 seconds back, which sounds like a lot, but it's not quite as bad. .24.7 lap time out front. Denny Hamlin 24.6. Oh, wow, Jones is way back there. What happened to Eric Jones? Goodness gracious. Oh, we do have someone trying the 3-stop strategy, or the 2-stop. Two-stop strategy for Chris Buescher. Love the call. Love it. Now, it's a little riskier for sure. But he is also gambling on the chance of potentially catching it just right. And so it's worth a gamble, man. I love it. Go for something that everyone else isn't doing. So Chris Buescher, what they're gambling on is they're going to pit now. And then they're going to have to pit a second time in this stage before it ends. So they're going to use a few more tires up. But their gamble is that they're going to be either faster or they may actually catch a yellow before the other cars come back into pit. Because they're going to pit in roughly 40 laps. He's probably going to pit in about another 50 laps. So his gamble is that he's going to make up enough time on them over the course of those runs. I don't know. With only 120 laps, I don't. It's hard to say. Side-by-side commercial again. God darn it. I'm trying to check my phone here. Byron stuck in a little bit of lap traffic. Now he's going to look to the inside. Larson, on the other hand, has lapped up into the late 20s or the high 20 positions. Ooh, Chastain's starting to catch him, but so is Christopher Bell. We got a little battle brewing up here for the second spot. Oh, man, it's close. As they're lapping through the field, it's hard because these guys keep catching lap traffic while they're trying to make passes. Because right now it is Byron, Chastain, and Bell. But Chastain has been looking to try and get to Byron, but Byron keeps getting inside and outside of lap cars, so he hasn't quite been able to get there. Okay, here comes what? Josh Berry on pit road. Man, that's a long way to go. I don't know about thirds. God, that's an interesting concept. With still 90 laps to go, you still got to go. Or not 90 laps. Yeah, 90 laps to go. You are only going to get 45 laps each out of that set. I would have pitted earlier. I mean, I guess I got about 45 laps out of this set, so they're going to go into thirds. They're going to go directly into thirds. Buscher came a little bit earlier, a little bit shorter stint, but I think the idea is to get out of traffic because traffic is the hardest thing that slows you down. You know, when you get caught in the dirty air, it does get a little bit tougher. Josh Berry, you can see him on fresh tires. He's about to rocket past leader Kyle Larson. Problem is, he's going to rocket past Kyle Larson, and that's still going to leave him one lap down. He's got to come all the way around again to get back on the lead lap. Now, he was going to lose a lap almost anyway, so it's not like it's a huge gamble that he's going to do that. All right. Oh, Chastain's still battling. He's not going to go down without a fight on Bell. So Kyle Larson has lapped up to 25th position, trying to keep an eye on the scoring pylon. I want to see where Josh Berry and Chris Busher. Sorry. All right, there's Berry and Busher. So they're running laps 24.4 and 24.2s. And the leaders are running 24.8s. Oh, that's not really fast enough. God, I don't know if that's going to be fast enough. Coming back for green flag pit stops. Yeah, probably in about the next 15 to 20 laps. It'll be interesting to see where Josh Berry and Chris Busher shake out after the pit stop cycle, because they will have to pit an extra time. The question is, where do they end up? I mean, I don't know. Going full screen is still annoying because it just cuts you out of the race.
I mean, you know, you're missing action. They're just cutting you away. I will say this is something that NASCAR has got to learn from. It is hard to get cut away from the race. Man, if you guys can't find the interesting part of strategy, then again, I can't blame the fan part, because the other issue that we do run into is Fox is not touching on the strategy. They're not watching and seeing who already pitted. Buescher is running 24.3, 24.3 on both their lap times, 33rd to 24.9, so they're still gaining over half a second. All right, anyone else pitted? Not at the moment. All right, so under commercial still. I still show it as green, so we're not losing anything there. But, yeah, like I said, trying to keep an eye on this. When these pit stops take place, it's going to be interesting how much ground Barry and Buescher have made up. No, last year wasn't a bad race, but the problem was Fox didn't touch on the strategy. So, yeah, like last year, coming down to the end of the race, they were sitting there talking about, oh, Truex and Byron. Meanwhile, Hamlin and Harvick were storming up from behind because they had way fresher tires, but they didn't mention it. And all of a sudden, with 3 to go, oh, Hamlin passed. Wow, he's got fresher tires. That's cool. He won. Cool. And it's like they didn't get to build that moment up because they hadn't mentioned the fact that Hamlin had pitted. So, yeah, that's the reason that it's hard to why it's hard to remember last year's race, is because it was a good race. Fox did a horrible job of covering it. You know, they did show the pit stop, but they didn't really touch on the telemetry of it, explaining. I mean, this is where Larry Mack is a genius. He goes in there and explains what they're trying to do is do this, 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 and they're trying to equal out around here, you know, at this point. And so, you know, it's a worthy gamble, and it's interesting to note. Remember, Josh Berry passed Kyle Larson not that long ago. He's already half a track ahead of him. Almost half the track ahead of him already. Ooh, big wiggle out of the 5. And the 45 is gone. That's what fresh tires look like right there. Just absolutely gone. Kyle Busch is in. So, yeah, you're starting to see the pit stop strategy. Now, this is splitting it right in half. They're going to go 70 more laps. 70 more laps? Ooh. It's a long ways. I don't think this is even quite to the halfway point. They're going to have to go 70 laps on this set of tires. That's a long ways. Now, it can be done, but 70 laps on a set of tires, that's a lot of tire wear. You're going to be way off on the pace by that point. All right, looks like most of the leaders are in except for Denny Hamlin. Oh, Suarez gets into Kyle Larson trying to exit the pits, and that contact is going to cost Larson a little time, but that's going to be pretty detrimental to Suarez, I would think. And you can see just how fast the cars are going around Denny Hamlin right now because he just doesn't have the same speed. Is he coming in this time? No, he's staying out. So Denny Hamlin going to keep riding with it. And as we were talking about earlier, where do they cycle out? Take a look at where Chris Buescher is right now. 12th position on the racetrack, but as it all cycles back out, he's going to be pretty close to the leaders. One and a quarter seconds a lap. So we will see, though, what Hamlin's plan here is. I think he's going to split it directly in half. I think that's the right call. But you can see where Barry and Buescher cycled out is close to where the top 10 was, and they were running back in the 20s earlier. So oh, they couldn't get the wrench out! Blaney! Oh, he's got the wrench in the car. Crew was not able to get the wrench to disengage, and that's going to be a penalty on Ryan Blaney for removing equipment. Here comes Hamlin this time by. So Hamlin on pit road. He did run it about to the full halfway stint. So he's going to lose some spots, but he also is going to have the freshest tires when they get down to the end of the stage. So keep an eye on him for a late charge towards the front. Now, like I said, Buescher and Barry are currently 8th and 9th. Now, their tires are older, so they are going to slowly fade backwards from where they are currently. However, they did make a great track position gain, and if it only goes 5 and 10 laps and then we have a caution, everyone's coming back, and they're going to gain a ton of track position. So good gamble. We'll see if it gambles out. If this stays green all the way to the stage, it may not be the best gamble. Got to come in and get the wedge wrench out. Not sure why they let him run 3 extra laps with that. There's Buescher and Barry. They're still running 8th and 9th. Man, he just couldn't get the wrench out. Second crew guy almost saved it. That would have been a pretty cool save. I'm telling you, if he had jumped up there and like yanked that wrench out and kept it in, that would have been pretty cool. That would have been a neat thing to see. All right, so Denny Hamlin cycles out 13th. However, he is already 0.2 of a second faster. Ooh, tight race in there with Blaney and Burton and Almirola there. .59 to go. Barry's still running in the top 10. Like I said, he's going to slowly fade back, but I mean, unless he jumped the strategy, so unless his plan is to stay out to the end of the stage, then it might cost him a little bit. Still a good gamble though, because any time a caution comes out from here on forward, everyone's coming back in, and now he's running top 10. So good gamble for the 9 group, doing something to try and get closer to the front. I love that idea. And I hope they keep it going when Chase comes back, because that's the one thing that Chase doesn't win a lot of pit strategy races. It'd be nice to see him win some of those.
56 to go. There goes Hamlin. He's going by Harvick and Ryan Preece at the same time. That's going to move him back into the top 10. Like I said, he does have slightly fresher tires than both of these cars. So that is going to be a big benefit for Denny, is that his tires are much fresher than both these cars. Same with Tyler Reddick. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but the difference between Hamlin and them, he pitted 10 laps later, 10 lap fresher tires on Denny Hamlin's car. So his journey through traffic is going to be a little bit easier than the journey through traffic for a lot of these guys that are battling cars with the same tires. Now, Larson and Byron are only half a second apart on the front row. How many laps down? Probably about 2 laps down right now. All right, under commercial at the moment, keeping an eye on Josh Berry. Now, oddly enough, where's Buescher? Oh, did Buescher come back in already? Where's Buescher? Buescher. He did. So Buescher just came back in. Fox, of course, not going to touch on it because they're not paying attention. So yeah, lap 176. He's going to go lap 176 to the end on that set. So 176, interesting. He's only going to have about 25 lap fresher tires till the end of the stage. It's an interesting idea. I like their try strategy-wise. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. All right, let's see. Barry's still hanging around. He's in 10th. He's noticeably slower than the cars around him. I'm not sure if he's going to go for the... if he's going to try and go for the 3-stop or the 2-stop. Buescher running 30... Well, that ain't right. 34.1. He's got to be a little faster than that. If he's 2 laps down, that's not... I don't think that strategy call is going to work quite right. Josh Berry still running in 12th, keeping an eye 46 to go. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, if he's going to be able to run out the stage on that. All right, so Chris Buescher is going to go around Kyle Larson here.
but I think I gotta look. He's still 2 laps down, right? I think he's still 2 laps down. I don't know if that strategy is going to work out well for Chris Buescher. It might work out better for Josh Berry if he tries it. Josh Berry is currently... Actually, it looks like he just tried it. I don't see Berry on the scoring monitor. So Josh Berry may have just come in. I think he's timed it out a little bit better. All right, 42 laps to go in the stage. Hamlin up to 8th. I don't know if he's going to get there in time. His lap times are currently 24.5s to a 24.8, 3/10 a lap. That's a second every 3 laps. 3 laps. Let's see, second every 3 laps. He's got to get 8 of those. 8, 24 laps. He might get there, so I think he's still in pretty good shape. So Josh Berry, I want to see where he cycled out on all this. He cycled out in front. No. Where's the 17 car? Oh, 30. Okay, so yeah, so something must have happened. He's still 2 laps down. Josh Berry's only 1 lap down. So something happened to the 17, and that strategy didn't work. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm a little interested to find out because he shouldn't have been that far back. That seemed a little weird. Now, Berry, on the other hand, he is 1 lap down. And let's take a look at his lap times. Currently running lap times 24 flats to 24 eighths. 0.8 a second. He's probably going to get his lap back here. It's going to be close. I think Berry's going to have a shot to get his lap back. We're going to find out, though. 38 more laps of this. And Byron is there. So Byron and Larson are battling for this lead. But we're going to find out in about 37 laps, if that strategy from Berry is going to keep him on the lead lap or not. I like the call. I like being aggressive and going for it. I just don't know if that's what's going to work out yet or not. And Larson's currently trying, or not Larson, Gregson's currently battling to try and stay only 1 lap down. But unfortunately, I don't know that he's going to be able to do it for 36 laps. His pit lap was 162, so 3 lap fresher tires on the 42, but obviously not near as good a race car. All right, here comes Byron to the bottom. He's going to try and take that spot from Larson. Larson kind of stuck behind Gregson. But they're still just sitting there, 35 to go. All of this time, while they're slow running, this is all good news for Josh Berry and his ability to get that lap back. Because he wants to try and stay on just the tail of the lead lap when they come into pit. He was running in the low 20s, mid-20s. And so if he does happen to be able to stay on the lead lap, he'll be running in the mid-teens to high teens, most likely. So we'll see. Ooh, not quite clear. It's gonna be. I think he's gonna be clear by the end of the backstretch here. So Byron goes to the lead, 33 to go. Is Byron gonna win another stage? Again? Larson even has a 1 lap fresher tire advantage, so. He did have that issue on pit road that did erase a big chunk of his lead. Have a good one, Elijah. Don't go out and have too much fun. All right, here comes Bell. He's looking to the inside of Larson. That is for second now. Okay, Larson, or not, sorry, not Larson. Kyle Busch scraped the wall a little bit, but he continues on, so we're all good to go there. Nothing. 31 laps to go in the stage. Ooh, somebody's way high. Is that intentional? Yep, that's intentional. Buscher's running way up on the high lane. He's rim riding. It looked almost ridiculous the way he shot up out of the bottom lane. All right, currently watching Denny and Ross. Denny's going to go to the high side. And he's going to get that spot. So move Denny Hamlin up to 6th spot. .26 to go in the stage. Byron out front. Keep an eye on that 3rd place car. Martin Truex Jr. has kind of come out of nowhere and shown himself to the front of the field. Meanwhile, did I miss something? Did Noah Gragson pit? Or did he just go back past William Byron? I think he's on old tires still. So Noah Gragson has decided to go to the high lane on the racetrack and see what kind of grip's up there. Meanwhile, Bell looking for the lead. .24 to go. If Burton's going to slow them both down. Gregson's going to get that lap back. Incredible. Three wide, one being a lap car for the lead, but Bell is going to squeak through. But don't count out Truex. He is closing quick. As those guys sat and battled lap cars, he's already closed up to half a second. So Truex is there. Hamlin up to 5th, 2.5 back. He might get there. I didn't know if he was going to have enough time to get to the lead, but he may have a shot to get there yet. Gregson on that high line, keeping it wound up, has been keeping him up front. I shouldn't say up front, but keeping him from going that second lap down. Because he got lapped and has managed to get back past that leader. That's a move. Yep, he's going to get there. So Hamlin's going to go to the outside. Meanwhile, I'm still watching. Gregson has not lost that second lap yet. So he has managed to stay in front of the 20, and right now here just the two Jimmy Johnson cars, I guess, are hanging out right in front of the leaders, keeping them from getting lapped. Yeah, Burton basically just got in the way was all. He got in the way, and then that was the problem, is the 24 was not exactly thrilled about getting put, having a lap car race in that tight. But, hey, that is part of the racing deal. Like, you're going to have to deal with it. Look at the top three. They are still hanging right in there. 17 to go. If I will be very impressed if these two legacy cars are able to manage to stay on the lead lap. Not a lead lap, but one lap down. Because they've been battling right now for, I want to say, at least 10 laps, which is really impressive to put up that much of a fight. But it looks like Jones has officially dropped that lap. 16 laps to go. Where's Josh Berry in all this? I was trying to see where he was going to end up, because it was going to be close. He's right behind Harrison Burton. So the question is, where is Harrison Burton in all that? Here comes Hamlin to the inside of Truex, 15 to go. I think Hamlin's got it now. He's significantly faster. He's going to have to get clear quick, though. He definitely doesn't want to be stuck on the inside if he wants to go win this stage. Man, Gregson up trying to almost rim ride up there. They're 30th and 31st right now. Oh, my word. What a tough start to the season. They've been just slow. They had a lot more speed last year even, but they have not shown up at all this year. I mean, they had a decent run last week, but it got ruined by a late race wreck. So, man, what a bummer. I thought they were trying to stay just one lap down. They're already two. Holy moly. $13 laps to go. There's Josh Berry. He's coming up trying to see what's his lap times. Josh Berry, 24.9 to 25.2. He's 0.3 a lap faster than Bell. So keep an eye out for Josh Berry, because if he is able to get to Christopher Bell, he'll get that lap back and be, at worst, maybe the first car lap down, but very, very possibly he could make it back to the lead lap. So he's running up high, but he is closing in on this whole group. So Noah's going to try and run the top. I don't know that that's a long-term plan for success. Oh, the 45 slides down right in front of the 24. Not a lot of room down there. Josh Berry out here looking for a spot in line. 11 laps to go. He's going to have to make a move. He's going low on Byron. So there's those 4 fresher tires on that 9. Let's see. Hamlin's up to second. So Hamlin, like I said, probably going to end up as the leader when this is all said and done. So that 9 car is looking to try and get back on the lead lap. I love that call. Good strategy. Look at all the slipping and sliding these guys are doing. Love to see it. So Josh Berry has moved into 20th, but he's got to get Todd Gilliland for the lucky dog. Now, he does have 10 laps to get there. All right. Trying to see. Get back to the front. I'm curious on that battle. Cameras are showing Larson and Bowman. That's for 7th. But I'm curious to see what's going on at the front, because I think Josh Berry is ready to get his lap back here soon. Because even with Denny Hamlin running where he's running, he's still running faster. I can't see the front, so I'm trying to see. Josh Berry is the first car lap down right now. 7 to go in the stage. He's got a shot to get his lap back. I just can't see. Six laps to go in the stage. Barry is still the first car lap down. I'm trying to see if he's going to be... I can't tell. He did. He just got by Christopher Bell. So Josh Berry will stay on the lead lap. A great strategy call right there. Hamlin is going to battle Bell for the stage win, but great call on the 9 to keep him on the lead lap. I mean, going different strategies, sticking to the numbers where they wanted to pit. And yeah, it didn't get him a bunch of spots, but he's going to be running somewhere in the late teens, and he's going to stay on the lead lap. That's the part you have to do. You got to stay on the lead lap. 4 to go. Hamlin is there. Oh, Bell opened up the door on the bottom. Here comes Denny. Ooh, a little tight, though. Not able to quite get there. Pretty decent run. 3 laps to go. Oh, he washed up again and gave Denny a little lane here. Yeah, great job for Josh Berry. Like I said, that strategy meant he had to unlap himself, and he did, only with about 2 laps to spare, but it still counts. He got back to the lead lap. Good job for them, because he's going to end up finishing this stage roughly 18th or 17th. So Denny has taken the spot from Bell. Bell going to try one more fight on the top, but it's not going to be enough. One more lap in the stage. Denny with the best, I shouldn't say the best tires, but better tires. And he is out front. Final lap of the stage. There they go. Hamlin, Bell, Byron, Truex. We're still waiting. Chastain, Keselowski, Bowman, Larson, Harvick, and Ty Gibbs getting a stage point today. So Ty Gibbs having a solid run, hanging around there in the top 10. All right, we're going to insert an ad before pit stops, and I'm going to go get myself a nice little... let me go get a drink. What? All of the Burton hate makes me kind of hate Matty D. How does that make sense? Just because he took the ride? I don't know if that makes sense there, Boost. Booth, you were gonna start focusing on Burton. That's a pretty boring day. I mean, he's he's up in the high 20s. That's a solid run for him, but but yeah, I've been there. You know, Kane ran for LFR for a year, and boy, that was hard not to constantly. It was hard to be constantly looking into the 20s to find where your guy was running. Oh, that's not fun. Oh, it looks like they're still not pitting. Not sure why. It's the thing I don't understand about stage cautions. Caution comes out and they wait 5 laps to pit. Like, what's the caution out for again? Oh, yeah, nothing. Like, let's go ahead and get the pit stops going so you don't waste people's time. But like I said, NASCAR does not know that. Like, any other racing series, they do a pretty good job of trying to make things quick. You know, they don't want you to be sitting out of the action for 20 minutes. NASCAR stage breaks are starting to take an average of 10 to 15 minutes. That's a long break to just suddenly stop the action and then put a big break on and then expect people not to go back and try to watch or expect people not to flip to something else. Still waiting. Well, we're still sitting under commercial. Good grief. Yeah, no, if you take out stage cautions, it goes faster, and the flow of the race isn't interrupted. Part of the reason these races take so long is we've been on commercial for like 10 minutes. I'm trying to see when the stage ended. It ended over 10 minutes ago. Like, when in football do you have a 10-minute commercial break? That's unacceptable. That's what I mean. It's ridiculous how NASCAR has no urgency. All right, are we finally ready to get this race going again? About dang time. Hamlin low, Byron high, Truex low, Bell high. So the Toyotas do look pretty solid today, not going to lie. Stage 3 underway. Wow, big issue for Christopher Bell. I'm not sure what happened there, but we are like 4 wide heading off into corner 1. Chastain sails it in up high. He got a decent bite. He's going to gain a couple spots on that. Ooh, Logano washed up a little bit in the middle. Now it's Kyle Busch, Josh Berry, and Joey Logano 3 wide down the front stretch. That's the battle we're watching. I have no idea who got out in front because, Oh, is that a 3-wide battle? Can't tell. Now I can see. Bowman just went 3 wide on the bottom of Bell and Keselowski. Fox's camera work has been absolute garbage. Absolute hot garbage. Come on, guys. It's kind of a big deal when a restart takes place as far as figuring out who's where and in what positions. Like, jeez, man. All right, Josh Berry gets by. Josh Berry up to the 14th spot. Way to go. Good run for Josh Berry today. And he's looking at Ty Gibbs for 13th. They spoke something about Joey Logano and Kyle Busch having some contact earlier on in the run. Man, I got to give the props. Josh Berry up to 14th. Sub fill-in role, like, well done. Like, that's showing there's a guy with some potential. Just keeping the car, for the most part, clean. Obviously, he had a little help earlier from Blaney going around, but at the end of the day, he's just done a very solid job today of keeping the car, running, keeping it in a decent spot to compete. Oh, Brad might be blown up. Dang it. He's running 7th. I don't see a caution on the speedway for Brad, though. Maybe it popped out of gear, but he's still running pretty good. I mean, he's still outside of Chastain for 8th, so it's not like he's... It doesn't look like he's down on horsepower, so that's a good thing. I don't see him down on horsepower yet. All right, so remember, this stage is 170 laps. I imagine that most people are going to go with a 3-stop or a 2-stop strategy. They're going to split it into thirds, run it in roughly 60-lap or 55-lap increments. So around 55 laps per run is what they would be looking at if they're going to split it into thirds. Split it into half, you're talking 85 and 85. That's a lot of laps. I don't think anyone's going to split that. Denny Hamlin just showed, if you space out your stops just right, you will get there. So... I think long run, you could try it. I don't think it's worth it with the tire fall off. I think it's going to be thirds. Only arguable thing would be if you flip it into quarters. That'd be 42 and a half laps apiece, I think. So if you were doing 42 and a half laps at a time, they are already about half a second off. They've already lost about half a second 20 laps in. So, I mean, you could try it. You're only talking one more stop for 4 versus 3, and you have a lot of time to make that ground up. So maybe it's worth it, maybe it's not, but may not be the worst thing in the world. So we'll see what they decide to do. All right, so 22 laps into the stage so far. This is going to be a strategy race. So for anyone thinking this is going to be some barn burner where people are just all over each other, like the IndyCar race, not going to be one of those. This is going to be a long, drawn-out strategy race. The question comes in, who blinks first? Like I said, I think lap 42 is where you'll see anyone splitting it into quarters. They'll come in at lap 42. If you're splitting it into thirds, you'll see them come around lap 64, 65. So... definitely going to be interesting. I'm very curious to see what the strategy is. I think if I don't see anyone else pit by the time lap 43 comes around, and I'm somewhere, Josh Berry-esque, I think I'm going to take my shot there. Get out of the traffic, get some fresh tires on where you can go you put good laps together and go for it. Yeah, Larson's keeping the pedal down. I mean, I think he's going to be able to hold it. He's still in 7th spot, so it's just a shifting issue, but he's not down on power or anything. All right, Truex goes by Byron for 2nd. Preece in the top 10. Bubba in 11th. Some good runs going there. All right, another 15 laps, and we'll know for sure about where these strategies are going to lie. It's kind of wild that you could run a 4-stop or a 2-stop. And anywhere in between. Now, the 2-stop is definitely going to be way too long. But... I don't know. That sounds really interesting. You could have somebody go on 1 more stop and somebody go on 2 stops, somebody go on 3 stops, and they're all potentially viable. Oh, here comes... What? So that was Chris Buescher. What was he doing in? Chris Buescher's in 34th. I'm not sure what call that was. So Chris Buescher just pitted. I think that might just be a struggling car pit stop right there because I don't see anything that tells me that he's going for a strategic pit stop there. All right, under commercial at the moment. So we're under a full screen ad. Great. That's just what we needed. Oh, man. Alrighty, so we're still under our full screen ad for some reason. Not sure why we're going to just miss all of this racing, but, you know. NASCAR on Fox right there. It's been about 2.5 minutes now. Yeah, we're just going to keep here waiting, I guess. Oh, that's right. Bristol Dirt next week. I will be doing the cup race. I don't know about the truck race, but I know I will do the cup race on Sunday night. I hope they have enough water on the track because last year they got lucky with perfectly timed rain breaks. I don't think they're going to have that again. Yeah, Kaz had a great run for Sam Hunt yesterday. I was pretty impressed. All right, still under green as it shows, so that's good to see. Well, that's right. The speed stage returns next week. Kenny Wallace will be back with the old race day crew. Alrighty. Crowd looks a little thin, but not terrible. All right, 38 in, so we are about 5 to 10 laps from seeing if anyone goes with the 3-stop strategy in this stage. So we're going to know here really pretty soon. I'm kind of interested to see, though. What does that look like? It's Truex and Hamlin out front, a couple of veterans with a few Richmond wins apiece on them. God. All right, cool. Welcome to the Toyota All Out segment. We just returned from a commercial. Now let's zoom in on Toyotas the entire time and not tell you what's going on in the race. My goodness, Fox. Said it's the ability to tell the viewers what's happening on the racetrack, and they do such a bad job of it. Like, did anyone notice Kevin Harvick's up to 4th? Like, Kevin Harvick's starting to really run forward on this field, and he's up to 4th, but nobody seems to know because we haven't bothered to mention it. Like, what is going on? It bugs the heck out of me, man. All right, 42. This is about that time. If you're going to go with the 3-stop strategy, this is when you got to come get them. Tire fall off is over a second. I think it's not a bad call to do it now. If you're going to go with the 4-stop or the 3-stop versus a 2-stop, this is when you'd want to do it. They would otherwise have to go another 20 laps, about to lap 60. And then that leaves 110 to go, or 115-ish, so about 60, 60, 60 versus 45, 45, 45. Race Grays, the 2021 Phoenix Truck race where Fox missed most of the pass for the lead because of a commercial. 2021. Why do I not remember that? Honestly, I don't remember much from the Truck Series in 2021. But part of that just comes back to it's not very memorable when they don't do a great job on the broadcast. Toyota. We're zooming in on Toyotas. We're just zooming in on Toyotas. Isn't that cool? Look at the Toyotas. There's Buescher. Not sure what Buescher's doing. He just got one of his laps back. Sam Hunt has a Toyota special again. So more commercialized garbage. Wow. We go to commercial for 5 minutes. We sit on a bunch of inboard or onboard cams, and now we go and watch another segment while watching a car from the inside. This may shock you, but this, I don't even know who the driver is, but watching him turn the wheel is adding nothing. It doesn't add anything to the viewers on the viewer side. Him turning the wheel does not show me what's happening on the racetrack. Like, really? Oh, this broadcasting is so bad, man. I think that's Kevin battling with William for third. I mean, they're finally going to touch on it, but it's just like, come on, man. Let's see here. We were talking, who? What was that now? Busch. Where's Kyle Busch? Oh, man. Kyle fell back to 18th. Yeah, that is not good. I have been impressed with Keselowski being able to hang into the top 10. He's still in 8th. So Martin Truex Jr. only has 3 sets left. Everyone else has 4. So yeah, you could definitely do the 3-stop strategy and still have an extra set in case the yellow comes out. So it sounds like most of them are going to split the stage in thirds. Like I said, I think splitting them in quarters is a pretty good idea, but because the thing is, they still got to go another 15 laps. But I mean, 15 laps at this point, you've made your bed. You're not, because here you can split it into thirds from here. 120 laps, you can just go 50 on this run, 60 and 60 on the next 2 runs. I wouldn't even be opposed to, I mean, yeah, if you had to go, it'd be about 60, 60, and 60, but if you do 50, yeah, it could be 50, 60, and 60, so it would be early if you pitted right now. Man, Priest in the 10th spot. Pretty solid run. About time he had some good luck. Larson to the inside on Harvick. So here comes Larson. His car seems to have had a little bit of takeoff speed added back into it. Got a little bit of a, I don't want to say pretty good pace. I'm looking at his lap times. They're pretty equal with the leaders. So Larson's car is starting to come to life. Exact opposite of what happened in the last stage to him. Thoughts on the short track package? I love it. I think we've seen pretty good improvement. Now, Is it perfect? No. We still got a long way to go, but it's an improvement. It's a step in the right direction. So it's like, good job. You made a good step. Now keep going. We're not there yet. We got a little more to go, but this is a good step. I don't know what it's going to take. If it's going to take something like... What did I just drop? I just heard it. What in the world? What is this? Huh. Something just fell from the ceiling. Landed right next to me. And I have no idea what it was. Anyway. Oh yeah, short track package. But yes, I still think they need a little bit more horsepower and a little less downforce. Getting closer, though. But they got a little ways to go. Battle for the lead is heating up. Truex is getting there. All right, so like I said, it'd be about 60, 60, and 60. That puts you right at lap... oh, wait, no, it's not even 60, 60, and 60. It'd be about... Yeah, 60, 60, and 60 can be done. That's 180, so it'd actually be 55. You could pit now if you wanted to. If I'm competitively running right now, I'm going to make an earlier stop on this run, unless I'm going to run this one out a little longer. Oh, the Gibbs cars have some good speed today. Minus Gibbs, of course. But Gibbs has been all right. I mean, he's still around 14. Pretty solid run for him. All right, Truex came in. He is going to beat Hamlin in by 1 lap. That might be all it takes to take the lead. We'll see what Hamlin's counter is. Down the backstretch into turn 3. Hamlin will stay on the racetrack. So Truex will have at least 1 lap on Hamlin during this cycle of stops. And here comes Almirola, and I assume we're going to see a bunch of them coming in. The only other option would be if somebody does decide to go to lap 85, that would be splitting the stage directly in half. Can be done. I don't know if it's a faster option, though. We'll have to see. $110 to go, so they can go 55 and 55 for the rest of the race here. Still green. Here comes Austin Dillon to the pit lane. I believe Josh Berry is also in. Yes, he is. Josh Berry has been in. Hamlin's still running out there. I'm not sure about this. A little adjustment on the Byron car. Love that Exalta car. It's not technically Exalta. It's Raptor, but it's an Exalta brand. So for those of you who didn't know, that's the Exalta car this year, is the Raptor car. All right, Hamlin's in. So Hamlin didn't go that much further. So it looks like everyone's going to run that strategy. Now, if you're multiple laps down like a Noah Gragson, I definitely see running this thing out as long as you can to 85, because you may catch a caution that gives you some of your laps back anyway. So I definitely, if your lap's down, you go for it. Oh, no. What happened to Denny Hamlin? Oh, a huge error on the right front tire. Huge error. This pit stop is taking an absolute... Oh, man. Denny Hamlin, he's going to come out at least 15th. That wasn't just 5 seconds. That was like 10, 12 extra seconds on the stop. Oh, man. Truex to the lead. And just like that, that should cycle us out. Martin Truex with a 4-second lead over William Byron. Alex Bowman made up some spots there. Pretty good job on pit road for him today. Denny Hamlin falls all the way to 14th. 16 seconds behind the lead. Oh, my goodness. Denny Hamlin has had... He does a fair share of his own errors on pit road, but then he has days like this where he just has bad luck from the pit crew, too. Trying to show the replay, but it's frozen. There we go. Okay. Oh, man. And the crazy thing is, when your car is this good as a crew, just take an extra second. If you're a second slower on pit road, yes, it will hurt you, but it doesn't end your race. I mean, that is a race ender. Look at the crew, 21.4 on the stopwatch on top of Martin coming early. Oh, man. That's a bummer. That's gonna give Truex a pretty good shot at this. Now, if it doesn't go green, this all can come back. But yeah, that one's gonna really hurt him there. All right, Denny Hamlin stopped on lap 292, so not even a huge tire advantage for him either. Denny fan, that is Denny's crew today. Alrighty. Oh, still under commercial. Come on, bring it back. We got 300 cars running right behind the Gibbs car. Larson is in second, Byron third, Bowman fourth. Josh Berry 17th, so still hanging on, having a solid run, but about 20 seconds off the leader at the moment. Denny is back up to 12th already, so he is making up some ground, but long way to go, and he's still 16 seconds back. I don't know what he's going to do to try and get back. I think that's just Denny's race. He's going to need a caution. There's no way for him to get up in front any other way. Now, Denny, if he wants to win, could still pull a little strategy. He could come in significantly earlier with the hope of catching a late race yellow. So you come in 10 laps earlier than most others would, and then you're going to gain a second lap for 10 laps. You'll be, maybe not even up to the lead yet, but it'll get you in position that after 5 or 10 laps of that run, if a caution comes out again, you can come in and get fresh tires, and it'll give you a better shot. But he's in a spot right now where he's just in trouble. I don't know that he's going to have what he needs. Oh, we got a caution! Just as I said it. Now, this is interesting. Most of the cars only have 10 to 15 laps on their tires. Do you stay out? All right, the caution's for Gregson. Let's see what it's for. You said big smoke, so I'm assuming it's an engine that goes kapoof. Let's see it. It hasn't started. I'm behind, so. There it goes. Oh, just a right front tire rub. Wow, that's a lot of smoke for a tire rub. Let's see what he did. Oh, yeah, big loose. He clobbered that wall. Man, what a tough day. Running 30th and just no speed in the car. Oh, what a bummer. They do have enough tires. The question is, like I said, if you're Denny Hamlin here, I mean... God, it's hard to say. I'm trying to look at the strategy options here. If I'm Josh Berry, I have roughly 15 laps on my tire. Wait, why is Michael Jordan reacting? I mean, Denny's his buddy, I guess, but Denny is definitely not his car owner. Oh no, no, not late cautions. Don't make me go through that again. Okay, sounds like they're coming to pit road. Man, if you're Denny, this is a perfect chance to get a bunch of spots back, because you're still going to split this in half. So here's the thing: over the course of say 40 laps, you may lose 5 spots, but you're still in 5th. Then again, I do like the call. If you go with 4 tires, you're in 11th, but you can probably run your way up to 8th or 7th, and maybe be close. Only one set left for Truex. He can't take him yet. All right. Anybody going with strategy? I mean, this is the chance to do it. Especially those cars that stayed out longer. Todd Gilliland, no, not even him. Although I think he just got the free pass. I'm trying to tell. All right, Truex is in, good and gone. 20 is in, he's out. Larson coming out of the pits. He's still behind Truex, so it's going to be Truex, Larson, Byron going to sneak by Larson. So it's Truex, Byron, Larson, Bowman, Harvick, Chastain, Bell, Almirola, Keselowski, Hamlin. So Hamlin got 1 spot. I mean, it's something, but not a lot. So anyway, we're going to do a quick ad here because I need to take a pit stop myself, and we'll be back for the restart. Back to the green flag we go. Truex away with the lead. Byron up high. Larson looking for third. He's not clear. He's not going to get there yet. Bowman on the outside. But Truex is away good and clear with the lead. Now it's up to Hamlin. I'm trying to watch where he's at. He's still rolling right there in the second lane. I almost think you got to go 3 wide and try to make something happen here. He's got to get some easy spots if he can find them somewhere. All right, Harvick to the inside of Chastain. That is for the 5th spot. And a spot in the top 5. Meanwhile, Hamlin battling Keselowski. That is for 9th. Whoa, wash up on Keselowski. And Hamlin's going to dive back underneath. Man, Hamlin's got to... I don't want to say just push the issue and wreck your tires, but you got to get some easy spots while they're out there in front of you. Yeah, caution side-by-side commercials are utterly useless. All right, Larson now looking at Byron. He's had a pretty good car today. The question is, can he get there? He's got the fastest car on the track at the moment. So Truex will be out of tires once they do that. Big tire rub, okay. I don't see it. I don't see a caution yet either. $83 to go. Oh, good move on the inside. Hamlin going 2 for 1. He's looking for 8th. He's got 9th. Now he's going for 8th on Keselowski. That's what he needs. He needs to be able to get a few of these 2 for 1s here. All right, we're staying green. So the 12 laps into the run so far. '15th place, Josh Berry. I was keeping an eye on that here. Burton's on the lead lap. Oh, he made a wave around. Good call for the wave around here. Definitely a good call for Burton. He wave around, so he will have to pit earlier for tires, but that's okay because his gamble here is basically that by the time he loses a lap, which is going to be relatively soon because of the tire differentials. Let's see, get my cursor over here. All right, Harrison Burton is running 24.8. 13 seconds off the pace to a 24.3, so he's half a second off the... Wait, did he pit? No, he still got old tires. So, what Harrison Burton is hoping for is that this thing goes and he doesn't get lapped before a caution comes out, or when he gets lapped, he's going to come pit and get tires, and he's going to run faster lap times, so when everyone else pits, he's going to be back on the lead lap and hope to catch a caution then. And, worst case scenario, he runs it all the way out to the end. He still ends up a lap down, but only barely a lap down, and he may still be in around 21st position. So he jumps to 21st and basically has locked his spot in at 21st. He can't go much worse because you got to remember, even when he goes a lap down, those other cars that he's racing in 22nd, 23rd are at the tail of the field, not at the front. So definitely a good call there. If you had to... I don't know, do you come in and risk losing spots and pitting on old tires, or do you just stick with the old tires and guarantee yourself that you start out front? Yeah, Bubba's crew had... Where did... Oh, that was under green. I'm going to say, Bubba's not even on the lead lap anymore. Yeah, at this point, because of the timing of that yellow, there's not a ton left for strategy. They can all make it on one more stop. They only have to run about 45 laps till they make that stop. So if it stays green, there's not a lot of strategy left on this run, unfortunately. Only strategy would be trying to stay out long and catch a yellow. That's it. So, again, it's not a bad strategy. If you're a guy like, Logano, Almirola, Gibbs, Priest, Briscoe, Barry, why not stay out as long as you can? Because if you're Barry and you stay out super, super long, you could get a caution while you're still the leader, and then everyone pits behind you. However, if you pit and you end up losing some of your spots, you'll go back to 20th. You lose 5 spots, but you're gambling at a shot to win. So that's when it's a good gamble. When your net possible loss is 5 positions and your possible gain is a win and 15 spots, like that's a good time to make the gamble. Hamlin dealing with Logano. He didn't get up to 8th, and now he's battling Logano for 9th. All right, side-by-side commercial again. Yeah, all the Stewart-Haas cars have found their way to the front as well, so Ford seems to have a little bit of strength here. Logano gets the spot from Hamlin, so Hamlin's not even going the right direction at this point, unfortunately. Not going to get to see him run back through the field. I thought he was going to be a little bit better speed, but it does not appear that that's the case today. All right. Yeah, Hamlin is not making up a ton of ground at the moment. As they run, 1 second lead for Martin Truex Jr. Not a huge lead. But like I said, Truex is in trouble because if there's a late race caution, he is out of tires. Now, he's not out yet. He still has one more set, but he's going to probably put those on in roughly 25 laps. 25 laps will be around 45 to go. That's splitting this fuel run in half, which is about what they'd want to do. I guess we will have to wait and see. Next Sunday night, the Bristol Dirt Race. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Dirt race is always fun. Still, NASCAR is different when you don't have a guy to root for, I mean, it's not like I don't have a guy to root for. I still enjoy the race. I watch a lot of racing without certain guys to root for. But there's always something a little extra when you have that guy that you're running for. Or, that you're really rooting on. Anybody that's had a driver retire probably would agree with me on that. All right, Truex out to a full second lead. Wouldn't be a bad car to win in. I still think the Bass Pro car is better. No, Nicholas, there will be no green-white checker. No. No. We do not need more overtime. Oh, the term overtime ticks me off, let alone the actual concept. Just the idea of we call it overtime. Why? This sport is not determined by time. If anything, it would be called extra laps. Bonus period. Bonus laps. Whatever you want to call it. But overtime? This is not a sport that's determined by time. Why would you have overtime if your sport is not measured by time? It's measured by laps. Frustrating. Oh, Gregson out. 37th. Tough day. Yeah, Byron's keeping it close. I mean, if he can stay within a couple seconds, all you got to do is pit a lap or so ahead of time, and you can jump him. Kyle Busch back to 17th. I thought he was going to move a lot faster to the front. All right, here comes Bell. He's looking for 5th on Chastain. Not quite there yet, but he's going to give it another shot in the next corner. Over distance, over laps. Yeah, I mean, they measure by distance and laps. They don't measure by time in any way, shape, or form. You know, a race is never determined by a clock. IMSA is, but not us. All right, Bell's going to get away and have the 5th spot. Maybe not. Okay, he got a good launch. He's out. He's good. 61 laps to go. Good lap times coming out of that 20 car if he wants to try and run down that 19. To be fair, the 19 is in heavy lap traffic, so that may have a small role to play. $60 to go. Man. Oh, Toyota laps led. I thought it was just Truex. I was like, man, Truex hadn't. That's a lot of laps led. The Hendrick boys are going to try and short pit and try to get the 19. I think that's their best call. I think they bring in Bowman with 50 to go. And then you bring in Larson with 45 to go. Actually, no, you probably go 55. So Bowman with 55 to go, Larson with 50 to go, and Byron with 45 to go. And see if one of them can catch the tire strategy just right. Ooh, tight racing there between Bowman and Bell. All right, I think Bell is going to try and short pit this. I like that call. That's a good shot to go win the race because, I mean, he's showing he's got good enough speed, but I don't know how long he can hold that speed for. So I think he's trying to gain a few spots before they make their early pit stop. About 12 to go till they are at the exact halfway point. Do you run long if you're Denny? Can you make it on one stop? I don't know what the fuel window is. I think 90 laps is close. Because, again, that doesn't mean it's a race-winning move, but your gamble if you're Hamlin is I can stay out front until a caution comes out with 10, 20 to go or whatever, and I go lead them to pit road with fresh tires. That could be the gamble worth taking if you're Denny Hamlin. Up to one, still only a second difference, though. All right. 100-something laps. So if you're Denny, you could just stay out the whole time. Ooh, that's tight. Harrison Burton ran in there really hard. He certainly didn't get out of the way there, but that's is he on new tires yet? No, he is now a lap down. So now is if you're Harrison Burton would be the time if you want to try and stretch it on and get your new tires because you're close enough that it works out mathematically. But I don't know what their strategy is right now. They may be low on tires as well. Bell goes past Larson. That's for the third spot. Christopher Bell may have a car for this one. 14 is in the pits. He pits from 14th or 13th, somewhere in that ballpark. So he's going to be the first one on pit road. Let's see what we get. Who's going to come next? Is it Truex? No, Truex looks like he's staying out. Here comes Kyle Busch. Ryan Preece is in. I said if I'm some of these guys in the Almirola, Gibbs, Barry, Suarez, McDowell, Gilliland, I'm staying out. I'm going to stretch this as long as I can and hope for a yellow. And if I don't catch a yellow, I'll just run it on tires and see what happens. But I'm going to give it a shot because I want to have a shot to win this thing. Like, get aggressive. Go for the win. Especially those guys. Those guys need wins to get in the playoffs. Points aren't likely going to get them there. Well, if you're Barry, you're not going for the playoffs at all, but... All right, Byron is in. Second place car is in. All right, big moment for Bubba. Apparently locked the brakes up, shot way up the track. No caution. So we're still all right. 50 laps to go. 5 to go to the midway point. So in five laps, they will be exactly halfway between the restart and the end of the race. Chastain is in. Byron is out. Larson is in. Said, I love the idea of staying long here. Just give yourself a shot by going long. You know, if you're Hamlin, you got a race-winning car, Logano, Barry, Suarez, McDowell, go for it. This is your shot. Stay out until literally they can make it to the end of the race. Stay out to the end of the race if you have to. Go for it. You know, yeah, you may have a little bit slower strategy, but I think it's worth it. Give it a shot. You got a shot to potentially really rob a good finish. A little bit of a slower stop for the 19? No, maybe not so bad. 19 is out. 4 is in. He's out. Not going for it on the 10. All right, Bell, Keselowski, Hamlin, Logano, Barry, McDowell, Gilliland are the only ones that have yet to pit. They could potentially gamble. Like I said, they don't have to come back. And right as they run right now, they've got everyone trapped a lap down. Everyone is a lap down. If a caution comes out, they are screwed. Keselowski in second. Great gamble. I love it. And I think Denny Hamlin's going to run this thing all the way out, too. It's a good gamble. Hamlin battling Keselowski. Ooh! There goes Larson on new tires. You just saw him shot that gap. Ooh! Keselowski didn't see him in there. Little bit of contact there. I don't think Keselowski knew he was there. 45 laps to go. Here comes Byron to unlap himself. And he will catch Bell within 45 laps. That's not the question here. All right, Bell's coming in this time. So Byron has the lead. He jumps. All right. Keselowski pitting as well. God darn it. I thought Keselowski could have gone for it. He needs the win. Oh, actually, he's running for points. Barry is staying out. Go for it, Barry. Stay out as long as you can. I say go for it. Let's see what he can do. He's 16 laps down. Who's 16 laps down? Wait, what? Who's 16 laps down? Stenhouse? Oh, yeah, no, he's just... he had that issue with brakes earlier. All right, Denny is in and out. Barry, McDowell, and Gilliland are the last ones on the track. I love the strategy call because if a caution comes out right now, everyone's coming back to pit road. And here comes the 6. Like I said, if a caution comes out before these guys pit, and like I said, they don't have to pit. They can stay out to the end of the race if they choose. There's nothing that says that these guys can't stay out to the very end of the race if they wanted to. I love the call for the front row guys and for Josh Berry. You know, go for it, man. Give yourself a shot to win. I don't think you're going to win just based on the lap times and how fast you're going to get caught by your teammate. You know, he's going to be caught in the next 10 laps. But if a caution comes out in the next 15 laps, you're going to be starting from the front. Go for it. I love it. 42 laps to go. Byron still has to chop 10 seconds off the lead to catch catch Josh Berry. 10 more seconds. 9 now, it looks like. Like I said, he is cutting around a second a lap off, so it's not like it's going to take that long. But, right, Josh Berry's got nothing to lose. Like, go for it. You're just giving yourself a shot to get some really big points. I have no issue with this gamble whatsoever. Worst case scenario is you come in and pit late in the race, or you know, I don't even think you pit late in the race, honestly. I think at this point you've made your bed, you stay in it. 40 to go. You're going to be caught by the leaders in around 10 laps, everyone else in around 20 laps. So I love the call. You're just giving yourself a shot. Blaney coming in. I think Blaney's been bad all day, though. I don't think he's even been competitive. All right, here comes Byron on the inside to Todd Gillen, but here comes... Oh, where's Bell? Oh, Bell's like 10 seconds off because of how late he stayed out. Now, Bell has fresher tires. Oh, strategy. I love it. Christopher Bell running 23.7s. William Byron 23.9s. 2/10 a lap for 10 laps is 2 seconds. So you do that for 30 or 40 laps. I don't know if you're going to get there. That's still only 12 seconds, and you're further back than that. Or no, not 12. That's sorry. I think I did the math wrong. 8. So Denny Hamlin, I'm trying to see where he's at. He is currently running 17th. My gosh. Just some terrible pit stops for them today. 37 to go. Barry still leads. Byron down to 4 seconds behind. And like I said, if a caution comes out starting here, it's a whole nother race. "36 laps to go." As they run, yeah, Byron's definitely going to get there. The question just comes down to if they can time a yellow. Because as the tires fall off, they're going to fall off for just about everybody. Okay, I was going to say, is Barry coming? I wouldn't pit yet. You made your bet if you're Josh Berry. You run this thing out till the yellow comes out. I think you are in this now. 35 more laps on old tires is what you're going to do from here to the end of the race. That's what you're doing. You're running, 35 of your best laps on old tires. That's what you're going to do from here to the end of the race to give yourself a shot. It's a gamble, but it's a worthwhile gamble. Man, here comes Truex. It's Truex and Byron just like last year. And here comes Byron for the lead on the outside of the 9. He will get it. So Barry's going to sink it back down to the bottom and try to roll around there for a few more laps. Love the call, though. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Because even if a caution comes out in the next 10 laps, he's only going to fall to about 8th or 9th. Still a net gain. I mean, and again, if a caution doesn't come in the next 10 laps, you may as well just run your 20 laps out because you're not going to make up enough time in 20 laps. So it looks like the battle's going to be Truex and Byron. I don't see, unless Larson makes a huge run at the lead from where he's running at, I don't think he's going to get there. Now that being said, right as I say that, it looks like Kyle Larson's throwing down some pretty good laps. Now Byron has 2 extra laps on his tires. That's not a huge number, but it is something. Here comes Truex for the inside. I don't know if worst he can get is a top 10. I do think he's going to fall outside the top 10 over the course of 30 laps. But, I mean, I don't think he's going to fall off the lead lap, at least not by a lot. If he does fall off the lead lap, it'll be very, very late in the race. Battle for the lead. Truex going to look to the bottom of Byron. Caution on the speedway! And Truex's race just went up in smoke. Oh my goodness. Truex has no tires left. Denny Hamlin is pinned in the back of the field. Christopher Bell is all the way back in 7th. And Josh Berry and Michael McDowell are going to get to pit from 4th and 5th. Great gamble for McDowell and Berry. It paid off in spades. Oh my goodness. And the strategy and the gamble by the 9 and the 34 is about to pay off in absolute spades. Ooh, he's on the inside of Harvick when he did this. He's already laps down, man. Oh, I don't know if I would like the idea of pushing it like that. I think he just made a mistake on corner entry, honestly. When you're a lap car rubbing into a lead lap car, that's not a great look. All right, into pit road they go. Barry is on his pit box. Here comes Truex. He's into his box. I think they're going to have to use a set of scuffs. I don't think they have any stickers left. Great stop for Josh Berry. Very solid stop for Josh Berry right there. 9.5 for Larson. He's going to get the lead. 10.6 for Byron. He's not going to get there. Josh Berry's going to come out second. Woo! My goodness. Big issue. Not even a big issue. Just 3 lost spots. 1 for Truex. Larson and Berry are coming out first and second with 25 to go. And McDowell loses a few spots, but he's still going to get to restart. Top 10 with fresh tires. Still a great call. Great call for the 34. That's the type of call that gets you a lot of points and gets you into the playoffs. And then Hamlin goes to the back again. Well, guys, Denny Hamlin got beat by his arch nemesis, pit road. Now, Truex had originally beaten Josh Berry off the pit lane, but the 5 pulled in front of him and slowed him down. And then the 9 got the spot. So it cost him 1 spot, and it's going to cost him the front row on the restart. Josh Berry's going to have a shot. Now, I don't think he's had the speed of the 5 or anyone else. That being said, hey, clean air's never tasted so good. I love that mac and cheese car. That's a cool-looking race car.
All right, here they come to the choose. Larson going for the low line, Berry up high. And if you're Josh Berry's crew chief, Alan Gustafson, I'm going on the radio and saying give it all she's got. 25 of your best laps up high and give yourself a shot to win. That's all you can do. So is Hamlin going to take out Chastain again because he's having a bad day? He's not even going to get to him. He's going to be at the back of the field. He's not going to have a shot. Oh, that's true. We could have another first-time winner. Ooh, a little bit of a rough start there. Chastain going to go 3-4 wide. Oh, Bell's going to dump William Byron. Byron is wrecked out of the race. Oh, come on, Bell. I mean, it is what it is, but Bell just sent it in there way too hard and just dumped him. I don't think it's intentional, but here we go, guys. It's NASCAR at its finest. We're going to see, this. The crash fest has begun, because I don't think it's going to get any better. Well, that's NASCAR there. The announcer says it's their job to get positions, and sometimes that means you dump a guy, and it's like, that's not good racing. I don't know why people think racing etiquette is like that. I mean, I think Bell was not expecting Chastain that low on the track. I mean, he definitely locked it up, but it's hard for me to put any blame on a ton of blame on Bell. It's definitely Bell's fault, but he was put in a position he was definitely not prepared for, because he suddenly had to go in on the second lane. He missed his mark by a mile. Yeah, it's a Bell mistake, but yeah, I mean, hey, you're supposed to be the best in the world. So 380 good laps, and we're about to see 20 of the worst laps all day. Yeah, I think you're probably right on that. Where's Harrison Burton? Did he get that lap back? Is he on the lead lap? No. What the? Where's Harrison Burton? Did I miss something? Where's Burton? Burton. 19th on the lead lap for Boost. Burton's in 18th. Way to go! And after all the crashes are done, he might get a top 10, because he ain't going to race up there. Sorry, I got to throw a cheap shot on him, but let's be honest. That's still a racing with respect issue. I get it, but I mean, let's be honest, it is still a respect issue. Missing your mark and clobbering the guy in front of you is not exactly it's not exactly clean. All right, we're still waiting for the choose rule. Here comes a bunch of cars to pit road. I think they took the wave around. Starting with Austin Cindric. Now, this happened in the first corner, so there's not a ton of wear and tear on the car. They're going to be going green next time by. Trying to see, where's Cindric running? Oh, he's a lap down, so I guess he's pitting again? Interesting.
Burton is on the lead lap. I don't know if it's the last season in that car. The money's there. I'm sorry, I haven't been a big Burton fan. All right, coming to the green, or coming to the choose. Larson goes low. I almost said Byron. Barry goes high. Oh no, Chastain's in fourth. Oh, that makes me nervous. Chastain's up to fourth. Oh, Jeff Burton. Okay, that makes sense. I actually did like Jeff Burton. He was a very clean and respectful driver. And I think Harrison is too. I just think, unfortunately, he got rushed up way faster than he should have. And I don't think that was good for him long term. Oh, I'm nervous. Chastain's up to fourth, and he starts right behind the 9 of Barry, so I hope no one gets punted, but let's be honest, it wouldn't be the most shocking thing. He needed 2 more years. I think he just needed to prove that he was ready for it. I mean, Noah Gragson had 3 wins in 2021 and didn't move up, and we were kind of like, yeah, he's not ready. He got 3 wins, good wins and all, but not really ready yet. Now, then he goes out in 2022, and he goes out and rips off 8 wins. Then you're like, okay, I think it's time for the move. Like, you've shown that you can dominate at this level. It's time to go see if you can do it at the next level. And Cole Custer did it too, and he couldn't do it, and he ends up back down there, and suddenly now he can't do it. So that shows you when he dominated, it was a little bit more car than driver. Doesn't mean he's a bad driver, by the way. I am not saying that at all. I am just saying that the car is a bigger piece of that puzzle than maybe estimated. So that's weird. They go outside, inside. I get what they're trying to do, but it's weird. Chastain winning this one? Yeah, Chastain's going to win it, and the 5 and 19 are going to be backwards in the fence. All right, let's see what Barry can do. I'm rooting on Barry. I was a fan of the 9, but I think everybody up front would be kind of fun to watch him win. I don't see anybody that I'm like really, I don't want to say against, but oh, Truex going to look to the low side. Doesn't have anything though. Ooh, we got some contact on the backstretch. Big lead for the 2 Hendrick cars out front. Chastain and Truex are battling for third, but a big gap opened up front. 13 to go. Can they make it 13 laps without a caution? Am I about to eat those words in the next corner and a half? Oh, you're in Australia. That's right. Did you watch the Formula 1 race? I stayed up to watch it, so I was in your shoes yesterday. I stayed up for almost the whole race. I thought it was over, and then I missed all that chaos at the end, which I'm not even mad I missed because it looked like it was just a clown show, but I saw it had happened. I was like, oh, shoot. Oh, Truex is in trouble. He's got those old tires. They're just not hooking up like they need to. Meanwhile, Larson pulling away. Half a second lead for Kyle Larson. Ooh, little contact from Harvick to Truex. Trying to cross him over. He's going to get underneath him. That's for the 5th spot. Michael McDowell still hanging in 8th after that pit strategy call. Great call. Going to probably score him a top 10 if everything continues as it has been. Chandler Smith in 18th. Goodness gracious. Look at him go. McDowell gets by. That's for 7th. He's going after Truex for 6th. He may not be satisfied with the top 10. He's looking for the top 5. Ooh, a little bit of rubbing. Truex and McDowell. That is a battle for the 5th spot. Meanwhile, Larson out front by 0.7 of a second on Josh Berry.
Ooh, little tight into the corner for McDowell. He does get it pointed. Gets back to the throttle. That should clear him. He is clear. So McDowell to 6th, Truex to 7th. Just a tough day on luck for Truex. Just didn't work out the way he needed it to. 9 to go. Actually, 8 to go that time by. Ooh, man, Kyle Busch almost rubbed that fence right off. Ooh, a little bit of contact between Logano and Truex there. That's for the 7th spot. Pretty good run for the Truex on exit. Bell is up to 4th, but I don't know that he's got enough time to get there. Ooh, going to be a little contact there between Truex and Logano. I don't think he appreciated whatever Logano did to get underneath him. Man, tough luck for Truex. Just literally a tire count issue, but it does show where gambling early on tires just did not work out in his favor after that one. 6 laps to go. Chandler Smith, 18th.
And he's beating Harrison Burton. I'm sorry, Boost. You're going to have to eat this one.
Chandler Smith in his first career start in a colleague car. The best running colleague car, nonetheless, is currently outrunning him. I'm sorry. 5 laps to go. Ooh, man, people are just using Truex up. Meanwhile, Gibbs and Keselowski battle for 10th. Gibbs looking for a top 10. Can he get there? Bowman is going to get by Truex here.
Ooh, man, he is sliding up.
Four to go. Looks like this is Larson's race if nothing happens.
I say
That, as in, let's not have a crazy final restart. It's hard to say that. I hate to say it like this, but I've got to have a feeling that Elliott would have won in that 9 car today. He's not great at Richmond, but it's hard to think that Barry, if you swap the drivers in the situation they were in on that final restart, I just feel like he would have had a shot. Maybe not. I could be wrong. But the white flag in the air, Kyle Larson's going to win. Josh Berry is going to get a very good career finish in 2nd. Took a little strategy, so let's not, act like it didn't. But nonetheless, great finish for both of them. Unfortunately for Martin Truex, he's not even going to get the top 10 out of today. Denny Hamlin with the speeding issue is going to go all the way back to 20th. Chandler Smith, 17th. Other notable finishes for guys. Briscoe, 12th. That's a pretty good solid run. McDowell in the top 10. He gets a 6th place finish. But overall, it was a really solid race. I'm not going to lie. I'm not. Obviously, I think Truex had the better car, especially getting down to the end there. But that being said, Larson has been in contention and in position to win these races and hasn't had it go his way. He's had a couple robbed from him this exact same way. So, not a bad race. It wasn't like we had a Coda issue, which Coda, the best car, won too. But at least we didn't have the top 5 all get wrecked out. For Hamlin's sake, he did it to himself. And for Truex, the crew did it to him by having some poor strategy calls. So, overall, solid race. Richmond put on a pretty solid race. I think this is a track that we could go to once a year, to be honest. We should replace the other date with Iowa, just saying. But, good racetrack. Good short track package. Looked pretty good today. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back live next week on Sunday night for the Bristol Dirt Race. The Kyle Larson Richmond win pre-orders will be up on the website along with all 2023 pre-orders for race wins that are available. The Reddick is not going to be offered, but we know the truck for Zane Smith is from last week, and so is AJ Allmendinger's. I assume Carson Hocevar's car is going to be offered, and then Chandler Smith, I assume as well, would be offered. So we're probably going to have all 3 cars offered for this week, but we'll know by about Tuesday. That's when I usually get the word if they're offering. So anyway, guys. That'll wrap up the stream. Wow, great burnout for Kyle Larson there. Holy smokes. That was pretty cool.
But overall, guys, it was a fun race. I hope you guys did enjoy. We will see you next Sunday, and we will have some diecast reviews, fingers crossed, by this week. I've been a little slack on the reviews, I know, but we'll get them back. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.